Bengals fans think their defense is going to suck again because they got pushed around by the Eagles backups, right? And specifically, this clip here is getting a lot of traction online. It's Will Shipley, basically running right through the Bengals defense because there's a huge gaping hole right here. As you can see, pretty much anybody can run through this. Now, it's not time to panic just yet because this here is more of an example of essentially one guy doing the wrong thing on defense and it affecting the entire defense, right? So really across the board, it's just a wide zone play, right? And if you look at run fits, prior to the snap here, it's pretty straightforward, right? Pretty much where they're lined up is where they're going to have or where they're supposed to have. Okay, it's going to look something like this, right? Pretty straightforward, no problem. If this gets outside, we probably have a safety coming down to fill for contain. So but what happens is it looks to me like for some reason the one technique kind of does his own thing, right? Either that or it looks like he's expecting some sort of gap exchange with the linebacker here. So it looks like this guy is going to move over here and expect to exchange run fit responsibilities with this linebacker. But the problem is that nobody else was like on board other than this guy here. So let's just kind of press play and see how this thing plays out here. You can see everybody sort of stays in the run fit. It's wide zone, so you got to move with your gap. But everybody but that one technique spikes back inside, right? And you can see if they were going to do some kind of gap exchange, we would then see the linebacker fill pretty quickly, but that doesn't happen, right? And so then in turn, that sort of messes with this linebacker right here, right? He sees this one technique leave his responsibility, right? So he's like, uh-oh, well, now there's another gap right here. So I got to try and leave my gap to fill his because he left, right? And then he does that. And guess what? Now the gap from him leaving, because again, from the one technique, he's trying to he's trying to correct the one technique's mistakes, then that leaves his gap wide open, and then Will Shipley is off to the races. So don't think it's time to panic just yet. This is obviously not ideal, but this is more so one guy making a mistake, and it really just affecting the entire defense. I think this is something that can be easily corrected in the film room.